What is up, guys? It's Mike here, and today we're going to be making a list video from the worst to the first, or worst to best, of the Mix 8 of 2019 Spinmaster Monster Jam trucks. Alright, so Mix 8 was 2019's last mix for Spinmaster for their Monster Jam series, and it was a pretty fun year. I'm not going to say this mix was the absolute best mix of 2019, but it definitely did bring some new trucks, new castings, new details, and just seeing the overall detail and how the feedback and everything and how Spin Master was and how they listened to the community is insane. So Spin Master is only going to get better from here on out, and I think 2019 was a really good year for them, and they ended on definitely a high note. So with that being said, I'm going to list my trucks in order here, how I think from the least to the best truck in this mix. And this video did take a while to make. I did have to find two other trucks which I couldn't find for the life of me, and I definitely was not going to pay eBay prices for these trucks right now because they were pretty up there, so I just kind of waited it out, and yeah, sorry for that, but it's alright. So with that being said, obviously here's the whole mix. The one truck missing from this is obviously Whiplash, but yeah, so with that being said, we're going to jump into the truck that I think was the worst truck out of this whole mix, and that is none other than Radical Rescue. So the reason why this truck is so low, we've only seen this truck twice this year. Once was in the double pack, and the second time was this one right here. And they didn't really change much on this truck. The only thing they really did was change the rims from, I think it was solid yellow to a red with a yellow beadlock. And I mean, this truck's pretty cool if you missed out on the double packs with it. And I do think this one does look a lot better than the double pack variant or version of it. It's just that the trucks in this mix are so good up against at least Radical Rescue that this one, there's just no room for it. There really is no room for it. So in my opinion, I think this was the worst truck for Mix 8. But also, it is kind of a tie with this one as well. Overcast El Toro. So the main thing that's taken away from El Toro this year is we did see a lot of these trucks, and so many different versions of them with different roll cages, different tires, different rims. There was a ton of variants with Mix 1 with El Toro, and I feel like when there's a lot of basically the same truck, you can only do so much. And El Toro was one of the trucks lucky enough to have an ice and fire or just an ice version. The Overcast, I think it could have went to something else. Maybe something like King Crunch or something like that. I mean, the truck does look pretty cool for what it is, but just seeing how many El Toro Locos we had in 2019, there's just so many that I feel like El Toro could have been used differently. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Overcast truck, but just having so many, that kind of ruins and rains on the parade for El Toro Loco. But yeah, in this mix, I'm going to have to rank it low because, I don't know, I feel like it could have went to a different kind of truck. And definitely in this mix, there's definitely a lot better ones. So, yeah, El Toro Sally is number 7, I think, or 8. How many trucks are in this mix? 9? I don't know. But yeah, definitely near the end of the list. Also with this truck as well, same thing as El Toro. There's just so many, but the reason this one stands out is because they finally got the headlights right, and they finally made a Blue Thunder with the normal paint job. Now, I did like the Overcast version. The Overcast version was probably my favorite one, and then when I saw this one coming out, I wanted one to have like the normal paint job, everything with the normal headlights for so long. So I'm actually really happy that this truck did get released, and the blue rims on it, it does make it look really good. It's just, with this mix, it's really tough deciding between like the top 5 trucks. So this one did get left out of the top 5 because of that. But once again, just like with probably Gravedigger and El Toro, there's just so many Blue Thunders this year that, I don't know, I feel like they could have used different trucks. King Crunch, You know, some trucks we only saw once this year. I don't know. So, yeah, sadly, Blue Thunder near the bottom half of this list. Alright, so this next truck may shock some people, but it's none other than Cyclops. So the reason being this is so low, I honestly don't know much about Cyclops. I don't know if this truck came back. I do know there was a Cyclops in the late 80s and early 90s, but I can't remember if it was this design. But the one cool thing about this truck is we finally did get to see a new casting. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Hot Wheels, wow, if Spinmaster uses this casting on a different type of truck. We did see only Cyclops once, and so far for the 2020 releases, I don't think there is a truck with this casting coming out or getting released. So I hope to see maybe like a zombie Cyclops. That would be actually really cool, because next year, instead of Fire and Ice, they are doing zombie invasions. So you can pretty much think of like a zombie eye or something like that. But this truck is cool in its own way. It's just, the reason it's so low is I don't know much about it. I don't know if the truck came back. The only thing I really didn't know about this truck is it got repainted in real life and it's in a Sonic commercial. That's really all I know. But it was very cool to see, hands down, that Spin Master made a new casting for the last mix. And they also added the eye on there, which was really cool as well. The truck by itself, really cool. I do enjoy it. I like that retro look. I like that kind of like late 80s square body kind of thing they got going on, early 90s. You know, that's pretty cool. Just, it fails in comparison. And I just couldn't, I tried so hard to rate it over this, but I couldn't. This is just so cool. So this is going to start the top 5 of the list for Mix 8. And the reason why this is number 5 is those purple flames and those white wheels. I just think this looks amazing. So Gravedigger is probably the only truck that was in every single mix in some way, some shape or form. And I think they did an amazing job with this. I do kind of wish they made it like black. I don't know. I mean, you look at this and I kind of want a black Gravedigger with purple flames. That's what it makes me want. The white looks cool and everything, but I feel like maybe if the roll cage was purple, maybe we had like a purple rim and white tire, you know, something like that. I don't know, it's weird. But this Gravedigger is actually the one without the passenger door, and there are 2 variants of this Gravedigger, one that has a door and one that does not have a door. I've never seen the one with the door, so this is definitely, I wish I had that one. That's the only one I'm currently missing. But this is really cool. When I saw this, I kind of like went, wow, dude, that's something that like, you know, someone who customizes trucks or something like that would create, you know. So really cool that they added that on. I really love the purple flames. That really makes this truck stand out. It's just all around a really, really different take on Gravedigger, but they actually kept it really cool too. So that's going to put it at number 5 on this list. Alright, and the truck that is number 4 on this list is none other than the final chase piece for 2019, the Dragon Training Truck. So this truck is ultra rare. I've seen it once in Target, and that was only because I had a friend there that they basically called me and put it on the side and hid it for me. But really cool. I really like the way they did the roll cage on this one. I like the tires. I like how they put the gold or the yellow on the BKT. I think overall it's very well put together. I wouldn't say it's the best looking chase piece or training truck this year, but as the final the final training truck that Spinmaster is going to produce, I think they did a really good job on it. It's just so rare, you know, but I think it looks really cool. But I don't know, there's just something about it where it's like, it has the rare factor like the Gravedigger training truck, but it doesn't have the look factor like the zombie training truck. And I don't know if I'm being like, I just don't like green as much, but they did an amazing detail on this thing, and it's got to be in my top 5. Also the fact that it's so rare that this truck is currently still on eBay for around $25 to $30. So that's pretty insane by itself. But yeah, definitely cracking the top 4. And now it's time to crack that top 3. And we're going to start things off with a truck that looks amazing, and they could have did a weird job with it, but they didn't, and that's none other than Whiplash. So Obviously, they couldn't put Whiplash, and the reason why this truck cracks my top 3 is because they could have did something weird. They could have made it look odd or like Whiplash. Like, you ever see, like you go into a dollar store and you see, like, loops of fruit, and it's like a rip-off of, like, Fruit Loops. They could have did something like that, and they didn't. They actually kept the truck true to the actual truck. Obviously, they couldn't put the name, so they did the next best thing, and they put the W, and they just named it W. So they could have did it a lot worse, and Spinmaster actually took the time to make it look like the truck, not just like some knockoff or anything like that. And not only that, this truck is pretty hard to find. I've only seen 3 of them, and one of them I actually put back because I thought I had it already. But other than that, I haven't really found this truck. So Whiplash, I love the paint on it. It's kind of weird how, like, you compare it to the Captain's Curse truck from Mix 4, and Whiplash just stands out. It, like, holds its own ground. It's a really cool looking truck. I love that kind of teal bluish look it's got going on. I love the rims. I love what they did with the little stable bar. I can't remember if that is on Captain's Curse like that. Maybe you guys can post in the comments below. But yeah, really cool truck. I'm really glad to finally see Whiplash. And the only thing that really I can take away from this truck is I wish it came out sooner in the year. I wish it came out in like May, maybe April. So at least we had it for a couple videos and stuff like that for like the racing series. But other than that, really cool looking truck. Moving on to the top 2. Alright, so my top 2 trucks from Mix 8 was a very, very tough decision. Both these trucks, I like them kind of equally, but I am going to have to go with this one second, only because it's not a real truck. And that's none other than Horsepower's sister, Sparkle Smash. So, very cool, and this truck gets a lot of brownie points just because of the paint. The detailing that went into this truck is amazing, and if you can't appreciate how much detailing with the paint and how they put this thing together and just the way it looks, then I don't know what's wrong with you. This thing just looks awesome. I love how the truck is called Sparkle Smash and it actually lives up to the name. Like, you can see little hints of glitter in the truck any way you look at it, underneath the light, any way you turn it. The purple on it looks amazing. I love the purple roll cage, the purple tires. It's just something that comes all together, and the truck just looks really, really cool. Now, this obviously does look like something like a fantasy kind of truck, and I don't know if Monster Jam's actually going to legitimately make this one and Horsepower, but it's pretty cool that Spinmaster had an idea. They made a horse truck, they made a really cool casting with it, and then someone was like, hey, why don't we make a unicorn and make it into something, you know, pretty cool. So it's really cool that they made 2 really cool trucks with basically the same casting with just different inserts, and one they did very, very well. I really like this truck. I love the sparkles on it. The purple really just makes it pop, and I'm also really happy they didn't put like a purple roll cage or a purple chassis or something like that to ruin the look. The truck really stands by itself, and honestly it was really tough not to put this truck first. Just the amazing detail that went into it and everything. But really cool looking truck. The only thing I can honestly say about it is maybe if it had a charcoal gray chassis, maybe it would be number 1, but that's alright. Really cool truck. Definitely hard to find too. I haven't seen many of these, and on eBay they're going for like 15 bucks, so definitely one of the rarer trucks in Mix 8. And with that being said, here is the number 1 truck from Mix 8 in my opinion. Alright, the number 1 truck, Son-Uva Digger. So the reason why this thing is number 1 is because they finally got this truck so right compared to Mix 2 Son-Uva Digger, and also because of those rims and those tires and that roll cage. Just everything on this truck flows so nicely put together, and this truck definitely did crack my top 10 list, so it just had to be up here in this mix. It was really tough to choose this or Sparkle Smash as number 1, but going over and seeing the progression on how like the Mix 2 Son-Uva Digger and the Freestyle Champ Ramp Son-Uva Digger were put together and how they were, and then you compare it to this one, it's crazy how much this one stands out. Even though it's a Nitro Neon one, I really, really, really think it flows. I'm really happy they made like a bright blue tire instead of like a purple tire. I think that would have looked kind of odd, but it's just a really good looking truck. Now, this one is one of the most common trucks in Mix 8. This one, I wouldn't say it's a peg warmer, but definitely there's a lot out there. I would say it's probably as common as like El Toro Loco and maybe, maybe Gravedigger, give or take. But really cool looking truck. Very tough decision to put this at number one over Sparkle Smash, but just the fact that it's a real truck, and not only that, but it wasn't Spinmaster's first take on it. They listened to basically everyone in the community, and you saw the progression from the first Son-Uva Digger to this Son-Uva Digger. So it's really cool. You can see that progression, just like Gravedigger, and it's kind of crazy how rims and tires can really make a whole truck or break a truck. But definitely number one truck in this list. And I don't know if most of you guys would agree with that, but definitely tough to pick it over Sparkle Smash. But yeah, with that being said, guys, that's going to basically wrap it up for my list video until 2020 or 2019, 2020 Mix 9, whenever those want to come to stores. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you think the same, or you think maybe Radical Rescue should have been number one, or maybe you think Gravedigger should have been one because it was white and purple. But with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in another video very shortly. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, or whatever. So yeah, peace.